Namaste, Libra. This is your bi-weekly reading through the end of the month, the 31st of August. We're going to begin right away with the first energy for you, which is the Ace of Swords in reverse. This is probably some sort of delayed gratification. You're working very diligently towards something. You might even be trying to work your way out of a difficult situation, a Ten of Swords type situation involving pain, betrayal, separation, addiction, all kinds of possibilities, codependency, and negative relationships, working your way out of those, and a new beginning is coming for you, but it is not yet. It is delayed. However, you got two aces back to back. The next card is also an ace, and it is upright. So once you work your way through that energy, it's just going to be on and popping for you, and all kinds of positive things coming your way. This is a new opportunity, perhaps in work, perhaps to move, to travel, even in love, right? The Ace of Wands is a very positive card for love. Judgment also showing up here in reverse as if it's delayed. But the Judgment for me is about abundance that is earned. So again, it's these wonderful aces coming your way because you deserve it. You are worthy. The Judgment card represents the sign of Scorpio most directly in the planet Pluto. So that may be significant for you. Maybe it is something having to do with Pluto's retrograde that is causing the delay, causing these energies to be upside down. But they are still coming for you, right? So don't give up. Judgment can also be about second chances, second time around. So something you tried in the past didn't work out maybe, or it came to an end, it was temporary. There's a second opportunity. That can be what the Ace of Wands is about. Maybe a job you applied for, a while back, you didn't hear anything, you're applying again, or they're calling you finally now. So there's a second chance to finally get the job, or same thing goes for, an apartment or a home. You're hearing from the waiting list, something like that, or connected to a relationship. Things didn't go right the first time and now you are trying again. Also in terms of relationships, whatever kind it is, friendship, romantic, familial, business, it can be about coming to some sort of crossroad and just needing to decide, like, where do we go from here, if anywhere. Some of us are going to figure out like what our next steps are together, and some will decide this is the end of the road for us, shake hands and be done. You've got yet another ace right after that. All right, the Ace of Pentacles. And again, this one is abundance. So that Ace of Wands can be, like I said, about a new business, a new job, something very fruitful that pays off for you. Three aces almost back to back to back. Again, after some sort of challenge or difficulty, maybe even conflict. It could be that something is held up in court. Maybe it's a legal battle, a legal conflict with someone, maybe with a past love, maybe it's a divorce settlement, or some sort of family court thing you have going on. Whatever it is, expect that the abundance is forthcoming to you, so you will have it. And this might be the period when it finally materializes. All right, so I'm going to shuffle also the Major Arcana card 21. The World is also indicative of some sort of phase coming to an end. And that phase can also be one of, lack, or again, challenge, difficulty. That's coming to an end, and you're being eased into a new, better situation for you by the universe. All right. Maybe having something to do with contracts, relationships, again with the Hierophant in reverse showing up here. This is like when he's in reverse, that's a break with tradition. When he's upright, Hierophant is all about traditional values and things. This is sort of breaking with tradition, breaking with the norm, and doing things your own way. The Hierophant representative of the energy of the sign of Taurus. Speaking of Taurus, also opening to the Nine of Pentacles. This is somebody very comfortable in their own skin. No problem spending some time with themselves, getting to know themselves, like themselves, love themselves. Three of Pentacles, again, is another delayed gratification. Three of Pentacles is a worker energy. Very positive. When it's in reverse in terms of love, it can mean that somebody, you're going to have like at least one positive like return from your past. And maybe that's something you've been waiting for. Or maybe this is representative of something else you've been waiting for. You've been trying to manifest. You planted the seeds, you watered them, you nurtured them, you did everything that you had to do. And so now you just wait, and then you will reap what you have sown. Again, you're deserving, you're worthy. That's what judgment rather, has shown up to tell us. So just be patient. King of Cups upright. And I'm going to pull 4 cards for you. The first one will be most directly representative of your energy over these next couple weeks. And it's the 5 of Wands. So again, conflict, very possibly at work and or with close friends or family. We're not in very good frame. Let's fix that. Okay. 5 of Wands. You know what? Let's move it closer too. There we go. Surrounding energy, close friends, family members, work, maybe your energy also. Very nice. Major Arcana card 17, the Star. So when this card is positive, the 5 of Wands for me, for some people it's never positive. I see things like other, my own way a lot of the time, and I see it like Martian energy, as in the planet Mars, and the planet Mars is all about action and aggression. Actually, I have another deck back here, and the beginning energy for you there is Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor, which is representative of the planet Mars, the planet of action and aggression, ruler of the signs of Scorpio, perhaps like your overall energy, and Aries. So it's like a by any means necessary, going after what you want and deserve. And maybe that is, like in tandem with something that you've manifested, with Major Arcana card 17, the Star, showing up here, because that can be all about manifestation, prayers being answered, wishes coming true, dreams coming true, wishes being granted. It's also a card of communication. And often communication involving some sort of technology. So maybe like social media, online dating, Skype, FaceTime, all that kind of stuff. Work and finance, your card is the 4 of Wands in reverse. And love and relationship, it is Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit, which is actually another card similar to the 3 of Pentacles, which could be indicative of somebody from the past trying to rekindle something with you. Maybe they are a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Or this King of Cups can just be showing up here indicative of the genuineness, the authenticity of the love and the relationship with which you will be approached, or that you have already been approached, you're being given. Don't feel like you have to be distrustful of it. Even if you did have a bad experience in the past, remember, judgment can be about second times around. So maybe the first time you couldn't necessarily trust them. Maybe you were too young, and now you're older, you guys are more mature, you know what you want, you're ready to go into it, and it's real. Okay, that could be what very much what the King of Cups represents. He's very romantic, he's genuine, he's generous, like all the good stuff. 5 of Wands can definitely be about a career change for you also, from a positive standpoint. Whatever it is, whatever aspect of your life it's touching, it's definitely telling you that you need to be believe in yourself more than ever now. Trust that you are strong, and trust that more so than you ever have before. Okay, because you're going to need it to get through whatever times we're experiencing right now, right? Nationally, globally, all kinds of things are going on. Hold your head up high, have faith that you're going to, the universe will put you, you will end up where you belong, in the place that's right for you. Know that you can be successful also. We're going to move on to the Star. And again, that's the energy of that is surrounding you. Very positive energy to be surrounding you. Definitely a good omen. You're probably already inclined to think positively, but it's a reminder to do so, because it's definitely about manifestation. Again, prayers coming, being answered, wishes being granted, dreams coming true. So those things on which we have a focused intention, actually drawing them nearer to ourselves. What are the changes that you want to make or see in your life? Like, you can even make a list right now and trust that you can accomplish these things. You should think big, and think of these two working in tandem. But also this may be, like I said, involving people and energy surrounding you too. Perhaps specifically an Aquarius, which the star represents. That could be, they may be particularly significant to you in your life. Moving on to work and finance, the Four of Wands in reverse is about, contentment, joy, happiness. Just so, again, you can also expect that things are going well for you, even in the workplace. But it's a reminder that continued effort is going to be needed. So I think I said that about one of the other cards when we were going through in the beginning before I shuffled, that it was symbolic of the work that you had to put forth towards something. So this is going to be the same kind of thing. If you want to continue this peaceful energy, right, that you've been experiencing in terms of work, then, it's not the time to slack off. Accept any compliments that come your way. But if it's appropriate for you to share credit and recognition with somebody else, make sure that you're doing that too when it's appropriate. Just maintaining a positive attitude in the workplace and with whom you're dealing, and remaining remaining actively working and not slacking off, and everything's going to be cool there. In terms of finances, you've probably been working hard to try to build up some sort of safety net or something when the Four of Wands in reverse shows up. So you should be proud of yourself that you've done a good job in like sort of balancing the budget and managing your finances and your investments, and things are probably as secure as possible right now. And that they may not be as secure as they typically are, given the climate, right, of, again, the nation, the world. I don't know what state you might be in, or country even you might be in. And so everything is different in all these places, but know that you've done the best you can. Like, it couldn't be much better. Your safety net and your security in terms of what you've set up for yourself and set aside for yourself. You've done a good job, especially all things considered. So give yourself a break, pat on the back, maybe even before trying to, get back into those efforts and set anything else aside. No amount of money is going to be able to buy complete happiness or security or safety or anything. Things are always changing and moving and evolving. And for the most part, that's actually positive. Also, because of all the good and positive energy that's surrounding you, there should be also an expectation that anything that you need will be provided to you in some means, whether it's the government, for example, because the emperor can be representative of authority and government. So whether the government gets themselves together and begins to help out American citizens like some other countries are, or you change careers and so you have a new job, it can be representative of that too. Large corporations and things, you're going to be okay. You're going to be taken care of. Moving on to, lastly, your love and relationship with Major Arcana card 9, the Hermit. As I mentioned before, it can definitely be about a romance from the past being rekindled. So you got to think, is that what I really want? On one hand, exes tend to be exes for a reason. In my experience, not always. Sometimes time and space just separates people for whatever reason. Not that you wanted to, end a relationship or break up or whatever, but it just happens. So it could be something like that. You may be happy that somebody's coming from your past, or there may be a reason that you need to remind yourself of like why things didn't work, and decide if you want to deal with that again, or if you guys want to try to, figure it out, because again, like, you're older, you're more mature now. Maybe there's, maybe we can talk about this and we can figure out how we're going to approach it. We can decide together to go slow or whatever. Figure out whether or not it aligns with who you are as a person now, your ideologies, how you live your life, how you see yourself in the future, 5-year plan, and all that kind of stuff. And if you decide you want to go for it, then go for it, and don't worry about what anybody else says. It's like what's in your heart and soul to do. If you're in a committed relationship, you might be feeling like you guys are moving in different directions, and maybe you've been feeling like that for a while now. So same thing, or similarly, you want to make sure that you take the time and make the effort to remain connected in terms of communication, and making time for each other, like date night and stuff like that, to keep the spark alive in your relationship, right? King of Cups. So let's pull a couple of advice cards for you. All right, do that also. Now just move these back and move this to the forefront. All right, so again, overall energy of Major Arcana card 4, the Emperor, organization and logic, structure and discipline, and leadership. The Emperor represents the planet Mars, ruler of the signs of Aries and Scorpio. Mars is the planet of action and aggression, the masculine planet of love. And it is about like pursuing your passions. I was trying to remember where Mars is currently located. I don't recall. Might be Aquarius, or Pisces, or Aquarius, I think. In any case, yeah, it's about pursuit of your desires. So further advice for those of you who identify as a masculine archetype, the Four of Winter. So you may need to think about things maybe having to do with this relationship. Thoroughly think things through, or changing jobs, or right, quitting your job, leaving your job, changing careers. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a situation or a resolution, but meditation and prayer will bring you the answers you seek. Four of Swords can also be about the need for a break or some sort of separation from someone or something, including your work. If you have vacation time, if you've been thinking about you need to change your whole career, or you need to quit your job or something, if you have vacation time that you can take, some days or something, maybe do that instead, but before being drastic and leaving your job, and use that as time to, gather your thoughts and figure things out for yourself. For the feminine, there is some sort of new beginning here for you, though, with Major Arcana card 0, the Dreamer or the Fool. You're starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith. This is probably connected to one of the many aces that you guys had in the beginning of the reading. All kinds of fresh starts and things waiting for you. For the masculine, there is fear of lack, and there really shouldn't be, because you got so much going on for yourself. But I don't know. I'm feeling that a lot of you probably have this Virgo energy. Maybe there's, I've got more than just a couple Cuspians watching or something, but I'm feeling there's a lot of Earth energy, and you guys, Earth signs like to be prepared for everything, right? They like to have it covered, and fortunately, life doesn't work that way. You can't plan for everything, but if they could, they absolutely would. So when there's stuff that's out of their control going on in terms of the earthly, they don't feel as grounded as they're meant to be as earth signs. It can get them into a place of fear. And I just feel like you guys are dealing with a bunch of that, even though you're air signs. Fears surrounding money, the wisdom to accept help from others, and uncertain self-employment. Again, if it's self-employment, you've done all you can to take care of yourself. You should be proud of yourself, and take it easy. Take a break even for a moment, and to think about next steps. In terms of relationships and stuff, this card can be about like fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, fear of rejection. All those things. It's worrying about things that haven't happened a lot of the times, so rather than sink into that kind of energy, Try to think positively, like the star is reminding you to do, and turn that positivity around so that you're only drawing positive things toward yourself, right? You're only manifesting positivity into your life rather than negativity. And lastly, for the feminine here, Major Arcana card 13, Death. It's called Release in this deck, but it is death, the end of a phase or situation, spiritual transformation. It's time to move on. Major Arcana card Death represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio, which it rules. So a Scorpio could be particularly significant, or again, perhaps a Cancer or Pisces is. Hope you guys have enjoyed your reading. I'll be back, I guess, in a couple weeks for you. If you did like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, throw them down there in that section. I appreciate it. Share, become a subscriber if you're not yet one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button. And if you're already a subscriber, but you've found you have to search for me and you're not getting notifications, YouTube probably kicked you off of my subscriber list without your knowledge. So put yourself back on there by hitting the subscribe button and the bell button again. Thanks again. Namaste.